Good morning. I'd like to talk to you about a topic this morning, and the title is Giving Life to Others. My topic can be a little scary, and it's really a topic that no one wants to talk about: organ donations. Are you an organ donor? I want to tell you about Bubba. Bubba was a 43-year-old, hard-working man planning a wonderful weekend with family and friends. And it was his birthday weekend. Within 24 hours, Bubba went from living life to becoming an organ donor. And he contributed to the lives of 4 other people through the organ donation. He gave the gift of a set of lungs to a woman. He gave the liver transplant to a man. And he was able to give 1 kidney each to 2 other gentlemen. As this was made possible through the decision by Bubba to be an organ donor earlier in his life. My name is Cathy Miller, and I want to speak to you today about becoming an organ donor. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Services and Human Services, 118,646 people are waiting on an organ today. 18 people die each day while waiting on an organ. This is people that we know, men, women, and children. One person is added to that list every 10 minutes. And on an average, only 79 people receive organ transplants daily. Statistics are sometimes boring, but remember, each of these numbers is representative of a person: man, woman, child, friend, or maybe you. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the gap continues to widen. As you can see, this graph shows 1989 to 2009, and the escalating number of people that are waiting on organ donations has risen steadily. But the number of people that are receiving transplants and those donating has kind of remained the same during this time frame. You only have to meet a few criteria to be eligible to become an organ donor. Anyone can donate. Anyone from a newborn to the elderliest person we know. The only limitation there is if you're under 18, you must have the consent of a parent. There are a couple stipulations when you're not eligible. If you have HIV, you're not eligible to be an organ donor. Anyone that has an actively spreading brain cancer is not eligible to be an organ donor, or individuals with certain severe current infections aren't eligible to be organ donors. There are other questions that people ask when they think about being organ donors. Who pays for the cost of the organ donations? There is no cost to the family. When the decision is made to be an organ donor, anything from that point on is covered by a different fund for organ donations. What about religious concerns? Check with your religious leader. Most religious organizations support organ and tissue donations and consider it a charitable act of love and kindness. Being an organ donor does not affect your medical care. The fact that the team that will be doing the organ retrieval is not even contacted until your physician has exhausted all means of trying to save your life. And is there any bodily disfigurement? There is not. Organs are removed through a surgical procedure with the highest level of professionalism and respect for the donor. When you want to apply for organ donation, there's 2 ways. You can register when you receive your driver's license or when you go in to renew your driver's license. In the left-hand bottom corner, you can see that it is smudged out a little bit, but that is the area where it says organ donor, and you would sign your signature there. The other way is to go to www.donatelifegeorgia.org. And at that website, you can apply to be an organ donor, and then you will be issued a wallet card. You can specifically say that you want to donate certain organs or any and all that are needed. By becoming an organ donor, the lives of others can be improved or extended. With technology today, individuals can live productive lives after having an organ transplant. I know some of you may think this is morbid and uncomfortable to talk about being an organ donor, but it has become an acceptable way of medical treatment for diseases involving heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, and pancreas. Some of you may know this gentleman. Alonzo Mourning, he's the center for the Miami Heat. He had a kidney transplant in 2003. He retired in 2009 after playing 15 years of NBA ball. So he had a very productive life even after having his kidney transplant. What can we do? Become an organ donor. Talk with your family and friends about your decision. Apply at your local driver's license office or either apply online. But first go online and review and research the topic of organ donation and better understand the need and make a decision to become an organ donor. Unfortunately, tragic accidents happen daily, and if the organ transplant can help someone else, why not consider making the decision now so family members and others do not have to make it during the time of sorrow and grieving. Again, you can visit the site www.donatelifegeorgia.org to register in the state of Georgia. Finally, this is Bubba. How do I know? He's my brother-in-law. Losing Bubba was hard, and when I think of all the people that he helped by his decision to become an organ donor, it makes me very proud to have known him. Please consider being an organ donor today and giving life to others. Thank you.